Hey everyone, Serena Nicole here. Today I want to share my journey of embracing YouTube as a woman over 40 with less than 100 subscribers. I'll share the ups and downs that I've faced, along with why legacy has now become the number one driving force for me in my creative life. If you've ever felt hesitant about starting something new or wondered if at our age it's worth it, you want to stick around because this video is for you. But first, let's rewind back to August 4th. You see, that's when I first restarted this channel. I've had this account for a little over 10 years, I believe, but it was pretty much dormant. On August 4th, I uploaded the first of 5 videos that I had created with the idea of restarting this channel. You see, I've been on YouTube before, first with my food channel, Trini Gourmet, which accompanies my award-winning blog, and also with my intercultural project, Kimchi Callaloo. I'll link both those channels in the description box below if you're interested in checking out past efforts. But this time, it was something new. I knew I wanted to do something a little more stripped down, a little more soul-bearing, a little more closer to my heart and my message. And I was older. Quite honestly, I was a mixture of nauseous and apprehensive when I uploaded those first videos. And again, I wavered quite considerably between just throwing in the towel. I was really worried. Of course, I was worried about reactions. I was worried about the sound of crickets. I was worried about my own efforts not measuring up to the high standards that I had for me. In short, I had a fear of failure. And maybe that sounds familiar to you as well when you are trying something new. My motivation constantly fluctuated, and I seriously questioned whether I was cut out for this. Maybe you can relate if you've ever had the fear of failure become so overwhelming that it paralyzed you in your spot. Now, those of you who may know me offline, and I imagine those who know me going back quite a while, might be shocked to find out how deep and paralyzing my worries about restarting YouTube were. You see, I have quite a bit of media experience under my belt. I've been a personal and business coach for over 20 years. I've hosted a national radio show. I have been featured in international outlets like Travel Channel and New York Times. I've even been a Twitch streamer. So you would think by now it would be old hat. But this time it was different. This time I knew it was really going to be about me, who I am, and it was going to be more raw, more real, more vulnerable, more exposed on an emotional level. And was I ready for that? Did I mention I was older? And as a full-time homemaker now and caregiver, I had a lot on my plate. Did I have the emotional bandwidth? Did I have the time for content creation? I had made a commitment to myself that I would make 2 videos a week until I had 100 videos in the can before I decided if I was going to throw in the towel or not. It was a lot, but I'm the kind of person that once I set a challenge to myself, I got to push through. I got to find out. Let's do this. So I decided to push through that overwhelming doubt. It didn't go away, but I pushed through it regardless. And I decided to just take a deep breath. And you know what? I'm glad I did. Because this, in the short time that I have been back, has definitely been one of the most rewarding experiences I've had at this stage in my life, creatively, mentally, emotionally. And I wouldn't change it for anything. Now, I have less than 100 subscribers, so you're probably wondering, how could it have been such a game changer for me? And I'll tell you why. Because it reinforced my faith in my ability to start anew. You see, I find that as we get older, we become a little more reluctant to take on new challenges. We think if it ain't broke, why fix it? I've been doing things a certain way for so long, and we stagnate. We may not like to say that we're stagnating. We like to think that we're being cautious, we're being mature in our decisions. But we lose a little spark each time that we fall back on old habits and old ways. And starting this channel, doing the research, learning the techniques, keeping that side of myself sharp again after it has been dormant for so long, has really given me a new verve, a new excitement each day. And it has shown me that even at my age, there's room for my voice. I really didn't think that there might be room for my voice, you know. YouTube has millions upon millions of channels, most of them larger than mine. And would anyone hear me? But even in this short space of time, I've seen that I can make a difference, and I've gotten feedback that my videos are making a difference, even at a small scale, and that's more than enough for me. Right now, I've told less than 5 people in my offline life about this channel. I really wanted the growth and the message to stay organic. I didn't want to be influenced by pre-existing audiences that I have on other platforms, and I wanted to just let the YouTube do its thing. And it's been an interesting process for sure. I've had some amazing outliers in terms of performance, and I've had some underwhelming results, but it's par for the course. The gurus say repeatedly that YouTube is a marathon, it's not a sprint. As a caregiver, as a homemaker, a lot of the time I'm isolated. I'm in these 4 walls, and it's really, you don't get that sense of community. Being a creator overall can sometimes be a very lonely path. And so this is really lovely. The spirit here on YouTube has been so supportive. It has been so warm. It hasn't been at all the experience that I've had on other platforms, especially in the last 20 years. You see, in the last few years, especially since 2020, more and more I felt that maybe social media was no longer the path for me. I've been an online innovator. I've been a creator since the late 90s. I'm an OG when it comes to the digital landscape, but things have become so toxic, especially since 2020, and I really felt that maybe this was my time to bow out. In just the 2 months or so that I've been active on here, I've already connected with like-minded women around the world, and in doing so have a renewed sense of confidence and, probably more importantly, a renewed sense of purpose. When I first decided that I was going to get this YouTube channel up and running, like many of you, I thought subscriber count was the most paramount goal. And subscriber count is important. We all want to get to that 500 subscriber point, and then the 1,000 point, and then, way in the distance is that silver play button, right? But as cliche as it sounds, I've actually found that audience and community is really what makes this platform unique. That feedback, that interaction, that interplay, the growth, for me as myself as an individual, which I had not expected or counted on, has been immeasurably more rewarding than just the number count on the subscriber tab. When I first started exploring the viability of YouTube as a creative platform for my efforts from this point on, I realized that one of its major benefits was that my messages could be longer, they could be more in-depth, and they would be on a platform that would continue to support and to promote my efforts on an ongoing basis. Unlike other platforms where I'd spend considerable time and messages are basically in the ether after 2 to 4 hours, 24 if you're lucky. And that meant a lot to me, because if, like me, you're in your 40s now, you're probably starting to think about your legacy and what you want it to be. And I know that for me, I want my output, I want my efforts, I want my messages to be around out there somewhere long after I'm gone. You see, I believe in my message of curating everyday elegance with joy and helping others to go from feeling cluttered and overwhelmed to living lives that are aligned with their core values. And I know that whatever your message is, it's something that you also feel that you need to get out and share. The truth is that there'll never be a perfect time. We'll never have all the perfect gear, and there'll always be a million things vying for our attention. But it's up to us to decide whether we are going to put ourselves and our message first, if we are going to put ourselves out there. And if that is the case, we need to push the excuses to the side. You see, we're doing ourselves a disservice when we hold back, when we play small, when we silence ourselves. I believe in my message, and even with the flaws in these videos, I hope that with at least my transparency and my honesty, that the message in these videos will still resonate with someone out there. And from the feedback that I've gotten so far, and with some of the outliers that I've had, I do believe that at least in some small way, I am on my way and I'm on the path to growth. I've even seen one of my videos hit over 2,000 views, and that was really exciting. Like I've said, my goal is to just get better 1% with each video, and to get 100 videos in the can at the rate of 2 uploads a week. Ultimately though, my goal isn't to just create content. It's to inspire and support others, and to create a legacy that does the same. So let me turn this around to you. What do you want your legacy to be? And can YouTube play a role in that? If not, is there another platform that you want to focus on, or an entirely different creative path that you want to set forth? For many of us, especially women over 40, this is a time of significant change and reflection. I encourage you to embrace the imperfections that will occur on any new path. You see, your voice, your message, your story, and your experiences matter so much more. Think about the impact that you want to leave behind. Focus on improving one thing per video or project, and believe that incremental growth will lead to big change and big results. And on days when your motivation dips, focus on your why. It will get you through. If this resonates with you, I encourage you to click subscribe and continue with me on this journey. I'll continue to share messages and videos that hopefully will help you to stay aligned with your truth, your message, and to get your voice out there into the world. We need you. We need you, my over 40s. You're needed out there. Let's do this. I hope that my experience so far and what I've shared in this video has given you a little extra push into sharing and maybe doing something that you've been on the fence about, whether that's starting a YouTube channel like I have, or something entirely different. Remember, every great creator started somewhere, and every great creator started at zero. So why can't we be the next great creator? You never know. And even if we don't hit astronomical numbers, what about the impact? What about who we can touch? What about who we can reach? And what about what we will have to hand down to others, those who come down after us? Let them see what we did. Let them see who we were. Let them know we were here. Your story and your legacy matter, and I can't wait to see where they take you. Share your comments down below and check out my personal growth and development playlist to learn more about how to push through obstacles and create a lasting impact. See you there.